Sorry.
I just want to hear your philosophy on hand placement.
Get them inside. I think that's the easiest if you're out there listening to practice. So definitely get them inside. If they're not inside, you're going to get a little asterisk, a little mark, and you have to do maybe some push-ups or something.
What are you seeing first week, and how did you guys get through it?
I thought today, today was better. I guess Tuesday last week we started fast. We kind of faded there at the end, and then Thursday we started slow, finished fast. And I thought today was better, a more complete practice. Obviously, you got to sit there and go back and watch the tape. But I thought it was better. First day of pads, they're trying to get used to knee braces and all the equipment on there, but it was better for sure.
2 offensive line coaches.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? It's a unique approach, at least from what we've seen.
We're all saying the same language, so we're on the same page there. So it's not really shouldn't be different. That's the way they do it in the National Football League. So that's the way we're fortunate to do it here. And a player's able to benefit that. So on Monday when we're able to watch the tape, we divide up the room. We'll take half and half. And an offensive lineman here is able to watch every single clip. It doesn't matter if it's individual, one-on-one pass pro, 9-on-9, pods, but they're able to see everything, positive and negative feedback. Sometimes when you have a 50-minute block, whatever it is, you got to tag plays, and they only see a certain amount. So here you're fortunate to be able to develop guys and watch every single clip and give them, feedback.
And you're not dividing it interior guys versus edge guys. You're going left and right.
No, we're going. What we do is we'll divide the tape. So if a second guy, 2 got a rep with the ones, and there was like 4 plays, we'll just put it on the back half of the ones. So a one group could be 6 or 7 offensive linemen. It's not technically one. So we'll divide the room, and we'll divide it and watch it that way. So we usually have 15 minutes. We'll start one-on-one pass pro and pods all together because Stape's involved in special teams. So I'll watch all those clips with them. And then we'll communicate where we left off. You'll go to your respective room. So it's good for those guys.
The 2 guys you brought from Louisiana, one has a ton of snaps. One guy looks like just a giant project who got a chance to play down the road. Can you kind of delve into both of their backgrounds?
Osiris Torrance, we call him Sabo. I was able to coach him for 3 years. Special young man, great player, good kid, great teammate, more importantly. So the ceiling's high for him. He has a lot of snaps, very familiar to the offense. Nothing's really changed, so he's able to come here, play fast. All the drills are the same. The way we practice, setup's the same. So he hitting the ground running more than any other player here, I would say, just because he's done it. Cam Waits was there after I left to go to the Giants, but they found him at a camp, was a basketball guy, had a very minimal football background. He was a basketball guy. But if you had to cut one out of a cardboard box, that's the way you want him to look. He's 6'8", 360 pounds, and he's getting better every single snap. So I watched a little bit of the stuff they did at UL when I was gone, and he was a little raw, but naturally because he doesn't have those snaps, but he's getting better every single day. So he has a high ceiling for sure.
Is that 360 before or after lunch?
It depends on how lunch was. It was after. So I don't know his body fat off the top of my head, but he doesn't have a lot of fat. He's just a big, looks like that Gatorade cooler right there, big and wide.
What's your impression of where the fundamentals are at with the group here in Heritage?
Fundamentals, I think they're not far off. O-line play, you never perfect it, man. You're always fighting to get your hands inside. You're always trying to get hat position, and you're saying those things. I think the verbiage is a little bit different. So with knowledge and knowing what to do, where your eyes are supposed to be versus edge pressure, those things they can have anticipation when we're communicating from the quarterback to the offensive line. If we're getting edge pressure and things like that, where they'll play a little bit faster. Knowledge is power. So when you know what to do, you can go play fast. The first couple kind of figuring out, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't far off. So proud of their progression so far.
Can you lean on Sabo to kind of be an extension of the coaching staff just because he's been through this before?
Yeah, when it comes to watching film with the guy or two, he'll maybe grab a guy. Yeah, we can force that, but we're fortunate to have enough meeting time and enough O-line coaches and enough help around to where they're getting the information and they can get it one-on-one, two-on-two. And you got to use technology now to your advantage. It's not advantage if you don't know how to use it. You're able to put comments and cut-ups and send it to them. And so we watch it on Monday. So, you coach them, make sure you watch it on Sunday and have questions before you watch it on Monday with us. It shouldn't be your first time if you're wired the right way and you're thinking the right way.
How do you see him fitting on the O-line here, Sabo? Could he play multiple spots?
He can. You know, he took a little tackle at UL, not much because we had some guys there at that spot. You know, he can go out there and play, but you know, he's really effective in the inside. So we got two guys. We got right now, you know, I'd say probably 3 or 4 tackles that can play. And we got to get them to play obviously better. We're far from, as Coach Napier would say, ready to play. So we don't have to experiment with that right now, especially not in the team setting.
And then you mentioned Coach Napier. Can you just go into y'all's history and kind of connect in at Alabama? And then what was the process of going to Arizona State with him and feeling like he needed you for that opportunity?
Yeah, I was at Alabama, I think 2 years with him. And then he went to Colorado State with Coach McElwain. I went to McNeese State University, then went to Georgia, and then I went to Monroe, and he already got the offensive coordinator spot at Arizona State. And I think the TCU coach, O-line coach, went somewhere for Josh Henson to be able to go to Oklahoma State, I believe, something like that. It took a move for somebody else for me to be able to go there and create the spot. And so I went to Arizona State with him. We were there for a year, signed a contract on Monday to be able to stay there with Herm Edwards on offense, and Coach Napier got the job on a Thursday at UL. So we went to UL, spent 3 years there together. Then obviously I had a chance to go to the National Football League, give that a try, and that's hey, I'm coming back. So yeah.
Just a few more for the coach.
I saw you had a quote from ESPN that in college you kind of get to pick your ingredients.
Yeah.
Do you like that aspect of being able to recruit sort of your unit?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously want to have some say-so in it, and me and Coach Napier think the same way when it comes to evaluation and evaluating you know, all positions. You know, he has the ultimate, you know, say-so being the head coach, but Coach Napier is very good at evaluating offensive line. I can't sit here and say I took all the credit for the guys at UL. He knows what they look like. He knows how they're supposed to bend, how they're supposed to be wired. So he does a great job of evaluating, I think, all positions. So we'll get it right here.
How does the offense kind of work with you in the building in terms of you coordinating it, you know, calling the plays, and just the kind of chemistry that you guys have together with the system?
Well, it's able to you don't have a lot of wasted time. We don't have to sit there and shut the door and say, hey, we're putting in these 8 concepts. I mean, we can send a text, or I can just look on the install and say, all right, we got this today, and it's just a lot of wasted. We can walk past the hall and say, hey, we got this, they're doing this, we need to do this. All right, got you, boss, you know, and keep rolling. So, and you can be efficient in other areas. We've just been speaking the same language for so long and been on the same page, and it works well.
What do you mean that box? Or
downstairs, yeah.
Last two, Edgar and then Nick.
What did you get, all joking aside, what did you get from the NFL experience that you can bring back to the college level?
I think just the attention to detail. You know, you just see it right there. These guys are fighting for their life when he comes to putting food on the table. You know, you're sending you a text message at night, say, hey, where's that install? Where's it at? And they're looking for their iPad. They want to review it that night. And when you go in the cafeteria for breakfast the next morning, they're sitting there looking at it. So you're like, whoa, you know, half the school stuff's obviously off the table. And, you know, their family life is a little bit different probably. But cold tubs, rehabs, the attention to detail on that and getting your body ready to perform, because that's your job. That's what you got to take from that level to get these guys to understand here. You know, the way we practice here is different than the way they practice in the past. You know, and so they're like, you can tell some of their eyes getting off the field, they're like, man, you know, so you try to emphasize recover right now. You know, hey, you can go out tonight, and but the way we practice probably, man, I'm going to sit on the couch tonight and chill and recover and get ready to go on Monday and do it again on Tuesday.
Josh Braun's a guy that's played inside and outside. Just where do you see him and his skill set fitting in?
Right now he's on the inside. Haven't had him yet on the outside, but we'll maybe look at that down the road. But we're just trying to evaluate all these guys right now as football players. A little bit soon to kind of answer that right now.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks,
Coach,
appreciate you.
a few more questions.